Welcome to the Hasn't Been 3 Days podcast with your hosts, Justin and BJ. We talk about 3-day-old news, sports, and whatever else we want to talk about. You, the MVP listener, you listen in, you laugh. Maybe you'll cry. We'll probably cry. You enjoy our takes. You have an opinion about our takes. You correct our takes, but just wait until it's been 3 days. You can email us in the email box, the number 3dayoldpodcast at gmail.com. And we would love to hear from you. Thank you for those that are using that and connecting with us on our socials. It's been a great season. And with that in mind, we are pausing our break for this special edition episode. It is 1 year that we've been doing the Hasn't Been 3 Days podcast.
Who would have ever thought we would make it 1 year?
No kidding. I didn't know we'd make it past one season that we broke this up into. So, Justin, what do you think about us going? This is episode 45. What do you think about it being 45 episodes in literally it'll be a year this week. So in 52 weeks, we've done 45 episodes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's nutty. It's crazy to think that, out of a whim of proving my kids wrong or saying that, hey, we're not cool enough to do it or whatever, that, we don't really know. We still don't know what we're doing, but it's fun. It's been a fun creative outlet, and this season we've added other things like creating reels and stuff. So that's been interesting. I don't really know what I'm doing, but it's been fun. I've had fun with it. It's like I said, it's been another creative outlet for me. Not that I need a lot of other creative outlets, but it's been good. It's been good. I know that I enjoy recording each week. I enjoy hanging out and talking, and even though we talk it's just a different conversation that we have, and it's been fun and reconnecting with people and getting to meet people that you've known in your, from your past. And that's been fun.
Yeah. It's been really good. And for those of you that don't know, and you should know by now, if you've listened to at least 3/4 of the episodes, you know that Justin is the creative producer of the show and puts everything together and makes sure it runs. And then I've put together the outline that we're still semi-using that outline for the format, but we come up with some. Yeah, we both have our parts we play. Yeah, they have evolved, and it's pretty cool. So tonight we're going to do something special. We're going to go through memory lane a little bit, and we're going to talk about some of our favorite episodes and some of those that have stuck out to other people that helped weigh in on this. But first of all, we're going to talk to the creatives behind this podcast and the ones that really challenged us, as Justin just said, the ones that prompted this. So we're going to take a minute and bring back Brielle and Brenton to the show to talk to them a little bit about what it's like knowing that their dad's global podcast has been on the air now for 1 year. So would you help me welcome Brenton and Brielle back to Hasn't Been 3 Days podcast? Talking to really the brains behind the operation, the reason we do what we do, the heart behind the Rabel side of this, and part of the heart behind the Thelander side of this. We're going to talk to Brielle and Brenton because Brielle is the reason we're doing this. So thank you, Brielle, for joining us. And Brenton is our show historian. So as we continue to reminisce and talk about our favorite episodes, Brenton can probably just pick them out wherever they're at. But we wanted to spend a couple of minutes on this special episode just talking to them real quick. And so thanks for joining us, guys. Brielle, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Brielle, for those of you that are watching at home, which is nobody because we don't have the video, but Brielle has orange fingers right now because she's eating Cheetos, and so it's awesome. So teenage life for the win. It's great. So I have a question for you, Brielle. You are the reason we started this. So you said, correct me if I'm wrong, because we always give the guest a chance to correct us. You said that we should do a podcast because you liked hearing our stories when we were talking on the phone in the car. So now that we've done this for an entire year, what is one of your favorite stories you've heard your dad and I talk about?
Oh, good one.
Well, I haven't listened to very many of the podcasts.
Oh, stop it right now.
I've listened to all of them.
Yeah.
Multiple times over.
Bree probably hasn't listened to a lot of our episodes, but she hears me recording my portion of it with the headphones. So if you can imagine piecing together some of those stories, and you've heard me and BJ talk.
Well, and I'm even talking about stories that maybe haven't even made the podcast, but just stories that your dad and I have talked about that you're just like, that one sticks in my mind.
I don't know.
Okay.
I think a lot of the ones I really like are with Nate.
Yeah.
Nate's stories with you guys.
Nate, I told the story of Nate the other day of the burrito in the car again. Oh my gosh. Every time I tell that story, people laugh. It's hilarious. So yeah, Nate's a funny dude for sure. But that's cool. Brenton, what episode was the episode that we had your grandparents on?
I think it was season 2, episode 25.
Jeez.
The one where we call the cops.
The one that's true. That's true.
It's because we have to call them on my grandpa.
Yeah, so I want to ask you a trivia question to see if you remember what you listened to.
Oh no.
About your grandpa. Okay? So when we were on that episode, the one where we called the cops, we talked about a statute of limitations. And that means that the time has passed where you can't get in trouble for it anymore. Do you remember how many years we said that statute of limitations was for your grandpa?
I think it was like 10. I don't
10. I think it was remember. 7 or 10. I can't remember exactly. 7. Yeah, 7? Justin's saying 7. So I'm going to go with 7. So we're going to give it to you just on the grandson scale. But from your grandpa,
it is his birthday month.
That's true. I was just going to go there. I was like, your grandpa talked about the thing that went viral that episode was he talked about his favorite kid, his favorite child, besides me, because I'm his favorite adopted child. But
let's pause it for a second. Let's take a listen to the clip.
Okay, yeah, let's listen to that clip. With an easy one, who is your favorite child?
Well, we know it's Nate because he was adopted.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Just joking.
I think Sharon would say Nate.
Mom would say
It
Nate.
depends on what time of year. If it's close to their birthday, they're my favorite. Christmas? Oh, that's a hard one.
So yeah, so it sounds like Nate's your favorite. We got it.
Well, no, favorite. All my kids are the same with me. Sharon's a different story.
Depends on the day.
No, Sharon loves Nathan, and she despises the other two.
Wow. I was just kidding about this question, but it's coming out. With an easy one. Who is your favorite child?
Oh, hang on. It started over. Sorry.
So here's one of the things that my kids tell me now all the time. They're like, Dad, you do have favorites, and I don't think that's true. But as parents, we can't have favorite kids. But I have been told by grandparents they can have favorite grandkids. So between the two of you, because we'll only leave it here since you two are on here, who is Tim and Sharon's favorite grandkid between the two of you?
Me.
Probably me.
No, it's me.
I don't think it's Britton.
It is me.
So it's a tie. Who's got the tiebreaker here? Nate? We asked Nate.
Get Nate on this call. See what happens.
Nate's been in cool for 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Well, I just want to say I never thought that this whole thing would last us for a whole year, let alone what we're continuing to do. So I just wanted to take a minute and say thank you guys for your help and your encouragement. And I just love seeing you every week when we get on here and get to wave at you before you go to bed. So that's pretty cool. And I love seeing the orange fingers and the towel heads and all this stuff.
Oh my gosh, calling me out.
Oh, Brenton, So we're getting ready to start another sports season. How many fantasy football teams are you going to manage this year?
I'm only planning on one. If my
So-
dad can set it up finally.
So you're like a one and done person. You're going to put all your stuff in one team, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Who's gonna?
I think we might do the father-son thing again, but maybe on a different platform.
Yeah, I didn't really like the guillotine one.
The guillotine one? No.
Yeah, I didn't really like that.
Yeah, nobody likes getting their head cut off.
No.
Oh, you want to do
No, they
father-daughter?
don't.
Oh,
No!
do father-daughter.
Yeah, that'd be good. Brielle, who's your favorite football team?
I don't have a favorite football team.
The Miami Dolphins, because they're a dolphin, Brio.
It's not. Oh, that's what I'm told I'm supposed to like.
Yes.
Oh, you're
What?
told you're supposed to like them.
Yeah. I
Okay.
don't really get
Brenton,
it.
you're a Chiefs fan, right?
Yes.
I'm
This
sorry.
podcast is over.
Yeah. Well, with that note, let's Brenton. We've lost Brenton for the night.
No, what? No. What?
Brett just went through a
I'm
tunnel.
still here.
Well, I'm going to make some breaking news, and I know she doesn't listen to this, but I have decided to do something for a new niece of mine who's having a birthday this next week, and I have never bought anybody Kansas City Chiefs stuff ever in my life because the Kansas City Chiefs are horrible. And
How are you going to do? Are you going to borrow somebody else's money?
no, I'm going to suck it up, and she's a Kansas City Chiefs fan, and I'm going to buy her something very small so that nobody can tell she's a Kansas City Chiefs fan. But I'm going to break my rule. But
What,
yeah,
are you going to buy her a mustard seed?
yeah. So I won't tell her in case her mom's listening, and well, her mom knows. I was talking to her mom last night. But anyway, yeah, well, the Chiefs and the Dolphins, huh?
I guess.
Brielle, what will the Huskers football record be this year? They're gonna play 12 games. What's their record gonna be? How many wins will they have out of 12 games?
We'll do 5.
Chase,
Okay.
get out of my house.
Okay.
Get out of the house.
How many wins will the Dolphins have out of 17 games?
We'll say 12.
12? Okay. Brenton, same question to you. How many wins do the Huskers get this year?
I didn't hear you. My headphones came out.
How many wins do the Huskers get this year?
Maybe 9 or 10.
There you go.
Ooh, okay.
There you go. That's why you're my favorite. Just joking, Brielle.
No,
if
don't
looks
be
could
joking.
kill,
I'm
if
just
looks
joking.
could kill. And how many wins will the Kansas City Chiefs get?
3.
0.
Maybe 11.
And then with that note, that's good. Good analysis there. Nobody heard that, so we're good to go.
They're not going to. They're not even going to. Here's a bold prediction. They're not even going to make the playoffs.
Well, one last question for both of you, and then we'll let you go. I know it's been agonizing for you to be on the podcast once again, but another prediction question, and we'll let Brenton, the historian, go first. How many episodes will the Hasn't Been 3 Days podcast air before we have its funeral?
Maybe 100.
100?
Jeez.
Okay. Brielle, what about you? What say you?
I say 208.
Oh my word! I'm gonna be old.
Yeah, same here.
208. Yikes. Okay. Well, thank you for the idea to do this. I hope we haven't embarrassed you guys too much. I've really enjoyed the fact that you guys still, for some reason, think I'm cool. Don't answer that. I know it's true. So,
I pay them monthly.
Justin, what do you want to say to your kids before we let them go for the night?
Well, go to bed.
Oh,
No.
you're the only one that
Happy
works tomorrow.
school week.
No.
Oh, you guys start school
We
tomorrow?
start school this
I don't-
week.
I don't want to.
I really don't want to do my sophomore year.
Can I stay home?
But no, definitely not. No, it's been fun to have a new creative outlet that was inspired by my kids. I never thought I could do a podcast, and the challenge from them is fun. I think it's cool. I don't know what the kids think when they tell their friends that their dad has a podcast.
I don't.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
I don't think very many of my friends know.
What?
No new listeners.
It doesn't come up in a conversation.
I swear you
Really
told.
doesn't.
Anyways,
Doesn't
well,
come
I
up in
obviously don't know
conversation.
my kids, so. But no, it's. Hopefully you've. Well, I know you don't listen either, so I don't really know what my kids even think about me.
Well,
Just show.
Brielle and Brenton.
No, but it's been fun. It was fun to. It was fun to take the challenge and go, and it's been a fun creative journey, and some cool things are going to come out of it, I think, with BJ and I. And so that challenge has sparked some additional conversations, and we've had some good conversations with people. So
No, VJ just needs to come to Lincoln.
Yes. Yes, he does.
live episode here in our house.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Just like we did in Oregon.
That's right. I owe you one. So we'll make that happen. We will not go off the air until we record live in Lincoln, Nebraska. How's that?
There you go.
Sounds good. Awesome.
Episode.
208.
208th episode. All right, that gives me some time. I like the way you think. Thank you. I am missing some Runza. I need to come get some Runza for sure. So
Yeah, me too. I need some Runza.
awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, guys. I hope you have a great school year and keep listening and keep giving us ideas. And I'm sure in the next, how many episodes have we done?
45, maybe.
45 episodes. In the next 154 episodes or so, I'm sure we'll have you on again. So
We'll at least have Bree listen to one.
Yeah.
I'm sure she'll listen to one. So yeah,
Maybe that should be
He
the
probably
challenge.
won't.
See how many episodes we can get Bree to listen to in the next 208 episodes.
2. He'll listen to 2.
the prediction is out.
She
Over
does-
under 2.
She does listen when I drive her to school in the morning. I'll listen to clips that I've made on Reels or shorts, or I'll play a portion of our podcast and be like, "Hey, you need to listen to this. This is kind of funny." So
There you go. When I start driving, I'll listen.
when Bree
There
starts,
we
no.
go. That'll work. That'll work. Well, thanks again, guys. We've enjoyed it, and thanks for the challenge. Thanks for the fun, and keep being the great kids that you are. Have a great school year, and as your dad said, go to bed.
No.
go to bed.
Nuh-uh.
Go to bed. All right.
All right. That was cool. Thank you for joining us once again. Thank you for listening, Brenton, and being our historian. Brielle, thank you for tolerating us. And
Full of insight. She
full
is.
of insight. Yes. So that's cool. I'm glad she, we don't share a whole lot. Now, this really been true. We still talk every day, pretty much every day during the week, you and I do. And our phone conversations have dwindled since we've started the podcast.
Well, they have, yeah.
And since we talk, regularly during the day, but then also once a week for this, we kind of do some pre-show and post-show and catch up from other stuff with the family. So our phone conversations that Brielle really was listening to and got us started on this have kind of stopped. So she has to listen. She's going to have to start listening again.
She's gonna have to start listening, and I need to make a correction right away. Like, just because Brenton picked a better record for the Huskers, I did say that he was my favorite child. I need to apologize to my daughter for that. So she just didn't. She thought it was a 6-game season. That's why. That's why. So we just
There you go.
Yeah, so we're good there. But no, I love my kids. It's been fun with this. But anyways, yes, you're right. Our conversations have changed. Our lives in the last year have changed.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, just I know there's a lot of other things going on behind the scenes, but in a lot of positive ways, though.
Yeah.
The things that me and you were talking about, and our kids did hear those conversations, came before or after we had some deep conversations too. So
true,
about
it is
things that
true,
were going.
and that's, they've been brought into a lot, and that's been good too. Your kids have been through a lot. My kids have been through a lot. That first season was about family and was about friends, and we had some really, really great times. And I'm going to throw it to you first. I mean, one of the episodes that you told me was one of your favorites was our friends episode. Tell us what stuck out to you about just that first season and having our friends on, and what jumps out at you for that.
Well, that episode was kind of fun because I already had it like working behind the scenes of getting people on. The plan was to only have a couple of them on. I even kept it from you.
Yeah.
I didn't tell you that Phil was coming on, and even Evan. So that was kind of fun. That was kind of fun playing that behind the scenes. But it's just this whole nostalgia of like just hearing the stories and hearing the stories from your guys' perspective, because I had moved on, moved away. Chase the girl, right? Is that what you say?
Chase the girl. Yeah.
So it's kind of fun. I mean, I would hear the stories later on. But yeah, no, just it's that whole reconnection. And it's funny to hear those people then tell you something about something. They're like, "Oh, we should have said that on the podcast." And so, it's been surreal that these people, like, I don't know, dealt with me.
Well, that
and
episode was really cool because of the diversity of the friends that were on.
100%.
We had the guys on, and then Evan joined us, and it was really a cool and fun episode to listen to the stories again and hear the different perspectives. I remember when we first created the graphic for the podcast that's out on all the socials and stuff. You sent it to our friend text group, and they were just like, "Is this for real?" And then all of a sudden we sent the first episode, and they're like, "What are you guys doing?" And so that was pretty cool. But I mean, thinking about these places, and we'll talk about this in just a minute too, but whenever we connect with these friends, it's like we just go back in time, but yet we pick up right where we left off, and
100%.
we catch up where we're at. And that's what this podcast has become. It started with us kind of trying to create content and in a way that was like, give us something to talk about, be purposeful, but really it's become about relationship and what we're doing. And those people are brothers, our sisters, our family, and then our friends that have been, with us and in our lives for all of these years has been really cool. But one of the things that you always went back to with every interview we did and every person we had on is you asked the question, how many episodes
have you listened to? Yeah.
You've created some shorts and you've created some reels on some of this stuff, but that should be on repeat. You asking that question
Just
of
like,
every single guest.
Clip that out every time. Yeah.
So,
it's always something that we've asked in pre-show for people that we might not talk to every day.
Yeah.
And so then it just comes out in the episode. It's and it always catches. I think Ray's was pretty funny. That's the clip that we put out on social media. But yeah, no, you're right. That's just my little quirk.
And that was pretty cool too. But then, and this will be another segue, which is what we do, right? We do best, right? Right, Nate? But how many episodes do you listen to? Well, some of our guests have prompted other people to go and listen to our podcast.
Yeah, they have. Yeah.
And that's been pretty cool. And so I'm going to jump to one of mine here real quick, just because this was one of the first ones that really kind of took off and people started listening. Our viewership changed and shifted. When we had Deandra Miller on, Dia, she's a photographer for the LA Sparks, and she's my cousin-in-law. I can probably say that safely now. And she
did shoot photos for your wedding, so I think you are safe.
I am safe. Yeah, no, DeAndre, she's awesome. She's been her and Heidi, my wife, still they talk almost daily, and so that's pretty cool too. But she's doing some great things, and she's doing some great work, and she's getting recognized. But her episode, we went long on that episode. But we got into so much stuff. We got into the WNBA and the rise of not just Caitlin Clark, but some of these other players that people just didn't know about. And she was able to highlight some of that and help us to see that. And our female viewership jumped after that episode.
It did
considerably. We were seeing more females listening than males after that episode. And so Deandra has been, she's an influencer. She's out there doing her thing, and that's pretty cool. But
she's one of the episodes when people ask about, hey, what's your, not so much your favorite episode, but an episode that you kind of been proud of. I always take it back to that just because of the backstory.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because it's not somebody I have a connection with. So it was nice to have.
Yeah, that was one I pulled on you.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you talking, but I didn't realize what was going on. And
yeah.
Yeah, no. And so that was kind of, so when I always say, yeah, what's our best episode or which one had the most viewership, that one, I'm like, that's the one I would stand out to give to somebody to listen to. I think that was the episode I actually gave when we had Cara on. I said, Cara, you need to listen to this episode. Like, this is what the podcast is about. It's like us just having fun. And that's how I'm pitching the podcast now with people. Is like, they're asking me what the podcast is about. And when it first started, we had like a concept, right? We're going to talk about news and we're going to do this. And it's literally turned into this conversation of relationships and just friendships and just anything. Like, literally have told people, we can talk about whatever you want. You want to talk about what you did in the past, and I'm still effort. I keep on saying this. I think I've been saying this since May. I'm still trying to get somebody from the Bleach, and when I've talked to their lead singer, he's like, "Well, what's the podcast about?" And I'm like, "It's about whatever you want it to be." Like, you can drive it. You're our interview. You can talk about whatever you want. We don't even need to talk about you being the lead singer of Bleach. We can talk about your hobbies and what you're doing in life right now, what you want to do in life. And I actually think that's where most of these conversations go.
Well, and that was another episode that we had with our friend Rob on. And he talked about, and you created a short of this one too, of just when you're talking to people, and they can be just regular people, whether it's our friends, whether it's famous people. I mean, we haven't had a lot of famous people on, but if it's people that just we don't know, but we get to talk to them just like you just said. If you want to just talk about what your favorite things are, or your family, or your stuff, I mean, there's an open forum to do that, and it's a creative outlet, but it's also a safe place for people just to be honest and open. And so I think we've created an atmosphere within this virtual studio where people can figuratively come in, sit down, and just have a conversation. And before we know it, it's been an hour, and we're moving on and back to life and back to what's going on. But it's been really cool. And so, yeah, there's been so many people on that have just highlighted the fact that it's just about relationship. It's just about being ourselves. And that's pretty cool. Another episode that gets a lot of run, that gets a lot of credit, is the episode I wasn't even on. And Nate and Justin's the brother episode was phenomenal, and people still talk about that and the stories that Nate tells, and that Nate and you were going back and forth. You guys did a great job with that, and I'm so thankful for that. But tell me, I'm gonna take this deep for a moment before we get into some of the funny with Nate. But Justin, take a minute and just be yourself and be Big Brother for a minute. What is something you're proud of Nate for?
Oh, I'm proud of Nate just being himself. I'm proud of him standing up for what he believes in, on any topic. There are things that me and him have probably butted heads over because of his opinion of things, but he doesn't back down. He's a quiet. He's not loud about it. Not like me. He's not. He's not Justin Rabel loud. But I'm proud of that. Even though we've given him crap over the years, and he's probably, or I have, that he's staying true to himself about what he believes in, and how he goes about his daily walk and his relationships. And so I'm super proud about that. I'm proud that I know that I could that he'll take a phone call from me anytime. He's not a brother that's like, oh, I'm too busy for this. I literally called him the other night because I had nothing else to do, waiting for my son to be done with football. And I was like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, watching Big Brother with my family. I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll let you go. He's like, no. Like, what do you want to talk about? And it's like, we can pause it. And so I was like, no, dude, you don't need to pause it. I don't need to talk about anything. And so he's willing to take that and answer that phone call. And so, like I said, I'm super. Our relationship has grown. Like, we weren't probably the closest brothers back in the day, but our relationship has grown. Where we can just, we're friends, and we can just chill and hang out. And I miss the times of Sundays were like our days where we'd hang out a lot when he was in Lincoln, and just sitting around watching football, and we could sit there and have conversations about football all day. And so, yeah. No, but yeah, I'm just, like I said, I'm super proud of what he's grown up to be, and, the father he's being, and the husband, and really proud of him not backing down on things that he believes in. Sometimes I can be loud about why I think he might be wrong, but yeah, that's my sappy moment. It's about as sappy as you get.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's really good, and I'm thank you for sharing that. And I just think it's really cool. And he planted some seeds in that episode that we've kind of gone back and forth and kind of given each other grief about. He and I, and that's been really cool. But yeah, I'm thankful for Nate's friendship. Like your mom said this on the episode that she and your dad were on about, you and I were close. You and I were friends. And then when you left, it was like me trying to adjust back into like that other group, in some ways. And so Nate was closer to my brother for a long time, but then we were all hanging out and whatever. But then Nate and I became closer and really connected. And I'm thankful for those moments too. And thankful for those times where we leaned on each other, as we worked together, and a lot of fun times, a lot of silly moments, but Nate and I had some serious conversations as well. And Nate's been through a lot. He's handled a lot. He's dealt with a lot in his life. And so I was thinking about him the other day, and I won't mention the stuff, and somebody might get mad at me for it, but it's too personal and too deep that I don't need to bring it back up. But Nate was in high school dealing with some very serious stuff with some of his friends at school. And I remember many times he and I having conversations about that. And so I'm thankful for his friendship, and I'm thankful that you guys have continued to bond and grow as well. So Nate, thanks for hosting, and you're welcome anytime on the podcast as far as I'm concerned. So
ditto. Yeah, I don't know how we even get anything done when we're on a podcast together, to be honest with you.
That was you guys had that. It was like you guys had it all streamlined. It was perfect. It was awesome.
I know. I need to go back and honestly, I don't think I've actually re-listened to that episode. I've only probably listened to it once.
Wow.
How many times did you listen to it, BJ? No, just joking.
Just once, I think. Yeah, just one. I did listen to. No, I think I've listened to it twice actually, because I wanted to make sure I caught everything he was throwing at me.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
I'm testing you to see if you listen when you're not on.
Well, speaking of relationships and friendships, your list of episodes, even maybe recent ones, what kind of stands out to you? Anything on your list?
The things, I'll just be honest. I mean, there's been times through these 45 episodes where, and I've told you this, I'm done. I don't want to do it anymore. And I don't know if it's just what I'm going through in the seasons and the moments where I'm just like, I don't need another thing. I don't need, and it's not that I'm too good for it or anything like that. I'm just like, I get to that place where some of our guests are like, well, what am I going to, like, who's going to listen to me? This is pointless. But, yeah, every time we get on here and record, we enjoy it and we do that. But to answer your question, what it's become for me is the conversation with our friends, with the people that come on, and we get to those places. And one of the things Heidi mentioned, she goes, one of the cool things that she remembers about these 2 seasons is just the moments where we're real and raw and we didn't plan it.
Oh, 100%.
And that's what comes out in these shorts that you create. I mean, it's these places where something is spawned out of nothing, but there was something there. And, we're going to get into the whole first part of the next season. We're going to get into some serious stuff that's really affected all of us. And it's going to kind of change tones a little bit, but it's going to be good. But some of those moments where we've been raw and real have been those places where my friends and my family have come to me and said, BJ, man, I really didn't know you were going through that, or I didn't really know that was hitting you that way. Thanks for sharing that. Thanks for being vulnerable. And that happened again. We had Phil, my youth leader, on a couple weeks ago, and he's an incredible man. We had my good friend Chris on, and I'm going to be going on a trip with him here in the next few months. And man, it's just those places where your friends are and your people are, and they know you, even if you're not connected every day, and they're able to pour into you and you can pour into them. Those are cool places. But out of that episode with Phil, like, I haven't talked to his kids in a long time, and they were my friends, and his daughter was my age, and Josh, his son, he told a story about Josh and I being in gym class together back in Pueblo. And well, that episode with Phil sent it to another youth member back in the day, and she started listening to it, and they are now forming a reunion of that youth group because of that episode with Phil, and bringing together some of our old crew just to kind of get together and talk about the relationships and talk about where everybody's at. And so I'm really happy for them. I wish I could be there and join them. But out of that too, for me personally, Josh reached out to us. And shout out to Josh. Thanks for listening, man. He's gone back and he's listening to every episode in order. And so I told Phil, when he told me about this reunion, I said, man, give Josh my phone number. And the very next day, Josh texted me, and we talked yesterday, this weekend, for an hour and a half, and just caught up. And it's amazing what life takes us through.
Yeah.
One of the things in our conversation was how we're still the same. It's just, we're older, we've gone through more, but the stuff that we are driven by, and the stuff we're attracted to, the stuff that we're continually drawn into personally, are some of those same things we were back when we were, middle schoolers and high schoolers. But it's just at an adult level now.
Yeah.
So those are cool moments. Yeah. So yeah, those are good.
Those are awesome, because those are, I don't know Josh, but I saw his email and I was like, this is freaking awesome. And I saw the comment. There was one person that commented on one of the social medias about listening to Phil. And so yeah, that's cool. And not even knowing Phil, that episode, there were some funny moments that came out of it too, that my brother kind of told we were caught off guard by Phil's comment. Oh, that's hilarious. But oh geez, I didn't know what to say.
Well, and what was funny about me, even those picking up hitchhikers was a real deal.
No,
I kid you not, those were crazy moments, and
I believe it.
There were so many more. Josh mentioned this too, to me when I was talking to him this weekend, of just, he mentioned your dad, and he's like, man, your dad sounds like he was so much like my dad when he was leading the teens and doing stuff. And I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of similarities, the TPing stories. And Josh was telling me reminded me of stories that I had forgotten about. I'm just like,
Yeah.
we just laughed. We laughed so hard. It was so good. But yeah, those are cool moments. But we've had so many good guests on. We've had our friends, we've had our family, we've had other friends. I think of recently having Kara on,
Yeah.
and Chris, my friend Chris, and
He
Phil.
He loves his steaks on cruises.
He loves his steaks, and we talked about the jellyfish bite. So there's so much there, and I mean, it's these people that even Kara and those other friends that have joined us. I mean, I haven't talked to Kara in 20 years.
Yeah.
But this was a cool thing that I talked to Josh about too, because I was so young back then. I was 11, 12, 13 years old back then. And yet we're still connected like today, like we were back then. And with you and Kara clear back to like freshman year of high school and all these things. But I asked Josh this question, and maybe this is what comes out of this episode. I don't know. It's like, why do we remember these things? Like, why do these people stick in our moment? And Josh said something to me that was really cool. He goes, they stick in our moment because these people mattered to us in those times.
Yeah. 100%.
And it's so true. I mean, when somebody matters to you, it sticks with you. And I just want to say thank you again to everybody who's come on here. Some of those people were still trying to effort and get on, that they just don't understand why they can add so much to this podcast. But we need you. We need you to come on and share about your stories with us. It's been fun. So.
Yeah. And those are, you think about all those, sometimes it's obviously the person that you're around, but sometimes it's just those like pivotal moments. You're like, oh, even dumb things that we do, right? Like, why do we remember some of these dumb things that happened to us? And we're like, yeah, but that matches up to a moment that we remember. There's a moment that I think Becky talks about all the time when, you guys freezing her out in the car. Yeah, I did. You guys, I cleared a room because I had gas. And, but why anybody remembers that story?
Yeah,
it's because you guys froze Becky out.
Well, but even I think about like even the people that weren't in these places all the time. Like I think about like Ray Clough's stories about Becky.
I know.
His perspective about you and Becky together, and those kind of things like come out that we didn't even think about. Those are really cool places. So.
Oh yeah. So. I don't know what other episodes. I mean, we've talked about. Oh, we've had so much. Yeah, you think of an episode.
Well, and you've started in the last season. You were creating some shorts and some reels to kind of put on social media to keep it connected, and those have been really cool. But those are those places like people have said where we just get to be ourselves and it just comes out. We talk pre-show about certain things, where we might go and where we're headed. But when something comes off the cuff,
oh yeah,
and it just becomes real, and it's like, oh man, we need to wrap this up, or oh, I can't believe I said that. Whatever the case may be, whether it's frozen in time with a reel or if it's just in our memory bank of what we're doing and talking about, it's been pretty good.
Yeah, it's kind of behind the scenes things. We do have these pre-shows with our guests, and a lot of it is to clear up things that we may or may not accidentally say that they don't want us to say. There might be stories, even for me and you. Me and you pre-show about situations that, especially in the last year, that you went through, I went through, that we just don't talk about right now. That it needed to wait a moment, and these moments could come and will come, because I think we're stronger and we understand, and situations have changed, and I think that's where some of this stuff's gonna go, and I think it's gonna be kind of fun. We'll still, don't worry, people. We'll still talk sports a little bit. We'll still have that aspect, because I think that's never going to leave our lives. But yeah, we're looking forward to some of these things. But one of the other finer moments is your rants.
Yeah.
Yeah, popcorn rants. I mean, when you get going, man, you are a social media darling.
Oh my gosh.
One of my favorite clips. Let's see if I can cue this up here real quick. I don't know if this is where you want to go right now, but we're going to do it. One of my favorite clips is BJ learning about recycling. One of the famous sayings that he has is in this clip. Let's take a listen real quick.
God gave us 2 hands to be able to carry things.
It wasn't to carry trash and recycling.
It wasn't to carry 9 pieces of recycling in single things to the recycling dumpster to go put out there. Now, here's the thing. You're supposed to put cardboard in the recycling dumpster. Yep. But it's got to be clean cardboard. Clean.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Somebody doesn't know this. Let's say, for example, me. And you go and you get cardboard and you throw the cardboard because you didn't see the sign that says it's got to be clean and you don't know what the heck clean cardboard means because it's all recyclable. Yeah. So I order pizza for my family. It's cardboard. If I throw the cardboard box not in the trash bag, in my trash can, I get fined for putting a recyclable in the waste can. If I put a pizza box in the recycling can and it gets picked up, I get fined because I have a dirty piece of cardboard in the recycling. Make up your freaking mind.
Who do we blame? Do we blame said pizza place because they didn't put the liner in?
No, that has nothing to do with that.
Well, that keeps the cardboard clean, is what I'm saying.
Clean schmeen.
What about those? How do you feel about those tiny tables that you get inside pizza boxes?
Oh, those are right here with my toy collection.
Oh, goodness. Sorry. Clean schmeen was a favorite in my household.
Well, and not only yours, it was in ours as well. You know, our kids. We talked to Brenton and Brielle a little bit tonight. They don't listen to every episode anymore. They don't. It's kind of lost on them a little bit. But
no, I know Brenton listens to every episode when he goes to bed.
Yeah, well,
but Brie doesn't listen to it unless I make her listen to it.
Heidi was listening to that episode when she was taking Cooper to school one day. And he heard me say that, and so we were getting ready for this episode, the anniversary episode. And Heidi said, "Cooper, do you remember anything about the podcast? Because he's been on, the one you guys were here." And
yep.
And the first thing, without hesitation, clean schmeen. Clean schmeen. My kids still talk about clean schmeen. So
man, that's a good clip. Oh, it's just gosh, your frustration was hilarious. And you could hear it in your voice. It was great. And later in that clip, if you don't hear it, we start talking about styrofoam, and you're like, I don't really know. I just give up.
Yeah, I give up on styrofoam for sure.
Oh my gosh!
No, that one was good. That was one of your first reels I think you made too. Was the clean schmeen one, and you sent me a text or an email a couple days as you were getting it ready. It's got 1,400 views and it's only been on the internet for like 10 minutes, and I'm like, oh geez, here we go.
Yeah, and it fizzled out. I haven't figured out that piece yet on making things go viral. I just have fun with it. Our studio allows me to do these clips and have fun with it, so it's a new avenue. So every week I'm trying to find something. You provided a lot of good material.
Well,
I don't. I just egg it on.
We've had some fun moments, and we've had some great content for sure. Should we highlight kind of what's to come a little bit? We're going to still be off for a couple more weeks as we record a couple things after this one, but we wanted to come back because of our anniversary. So
yeah,
happy anniversary first and foremost. But
happy anniversary. We call it a podiversary or something like that.
Podversary.
There we go. Yeah, The podcast is 1 year old when this airs on the 14th.
Yeah, so that's really good, and we're excited.
Today's the 14th. So there you go. And I forgot what day it was. So yeah, 1 year. It's whatever. But anyways, to come.
Yeah, what's to come? Here we go. I'm gonna make the executive decision that we kind of give a little tease for what's to come. We're doing season 3 of the Hasn't Been 3 Days podcast, and we're coming to you with a new approach to a couple different things, and it's going to take most of this next season, and so we're excited for that. But we're doing it. We're calling it the season of parts, and we're going to talk in parts about some different things and some major topics, and so it's going to be broken up in a few things. But the first part of the season, the first half of the season, we're going to be talking about something that is important to us, and so we're going to be talking. This subsection will be called church hurt and dealing with church hurt. And what does that really mean? How has that affected us personally? How has it affected our families?
Yeah.
But also the different parts that we're going to talk about there, just kind of the church's response. We're going to have some interviews and some people on. We're going to have some pastors on, hopefully, and even some a counselor, hopefully, and other higher ups in the church to talk about this term church hurt and what this means, and how it affects us,
Yeah.
And then also we're not gonna just give us and kind of just lay all the junk out. Our goal is to kind of come back with, what's our response and responsibility in this as well. So we're looking at about a 4-part series on church hurt. So stay tuned for that as we come into that. It's going to be good. Then the second half of the season, we're going to be talking a little bit about business organization and operations. We got some friends that are business owners and do some great things. And we want to highlight some small businesses and get them some run on this global podcast. But we'll have, even before then, we did that as an anniversary tag. We highlighted the business that I'd started. And just to give another little tease, I've relaunched that business and doing some other things, and actually tomorrow start full time working that business in a more intentional way. So second half of the parts season will be a 3-part series on businesses, small businesses, organization, and operation. So
yeah, and that's just going to be like BJ said. I have a few friends that have different types of businesses. One of them is he keeps on telling me no, but I keep on telling him yes. And I say, I won't show up to your business until you come. No, he's actually has kind of changed. That he had kind of sold off part of his business. So he actually, before he was telling me he didn't have time, and he probably didn't have time. But now that his business has been refocused, and I'm looking forward to that one because I think he has a fun story and different perspective. And I found out that he used to be a crime scene investigator, which I know is right up your alley.
Yeah.
So it'll just kind of be an interesting how he ended up in the type of business he is in now, which is food related. Everything with me is food related, by the way. But yeah, no. So we're looking forward to that. It had been something that I had been trying to get after having, our business friends on. We haven't really found a good spot for it to fit in. And I think this is a good spot for it. And I'm really looking forward to what we're, the church hurt or whatever we want to call it. We've been teasing at it for a while. We've been talking about some tough subjects, and there are, I think we're in that season of talking and listening to perspectives and being able to be a resource, or just the people that we might have on that provide a resource to other people that have gone through this. And some of this will be just outlining conversations, with, Becky and I and BJ and Heidi, and previously, like my sister. Like, we just have a few things that we could use examples. And then, like BJ said, we'll have some pastors, and there's a couple pastors that we have never had on that I would like to bring on too. So, but hopefully maybe we can get your dad back on, and your brother, and some other folks to kind of bring perspective on that. So yeah, no. And it'll be nice, like you said, just because we talk about it, it's like, what kind of responses could we help with, or what we think, we're not.
Well, and it's doing our part, because I mean, these are those places where it matters to us, and I have this on my I've shared this before, but it's still on my Facebook cover photo, and it just says everybody has a story, and we all have a story, and it's not like we're going to sit here and bring on a bunch of stories and bring up a lot of, open up a lot of can of worms for everybody. But one of the things I've realized in this season that I've gone through is not many people will sit down and listen to your story. And so everybody has a story, and we need to remember that. We don't have to sit with them. We don't have to get dirty with them, but we have to remember that their story matters. And if we're going to sit there and talk on one side of it, we have to remember there's two sides of every story too. So just kind of bringing perspective on some things, but also just the personal element of what we've been through and why and how it continues to shape us and what we do. So
I'm looking forward to what's going to come from you on this. Like, I am actually looking forward to, I want the world to hear your heart about some of this stuff. Me and you have had many hours and stuff. Like, I'm so looking forward to being a part of this in a different way now, as being on this side and letting people hear it. There might not be a lot of Justin talking, a lot of Justin listening, but which might be weird for people that might be like, are we sure we're on the right podcast?
No, it's going to be good, because there's going to be different sections of this where we get to, like you said, we'll bring in your sister. She offered to come back.
Yeah.
There's just so many different elements that we label church hurt. I'm going to bring on a counselor that talks specifically about church hurt and what that means. And
or if church hurt is the appropriate definition. I mean, I don't.
Well,
it's kind of the hard thing to what to call it.
That's the tag, because it's not the appropriate thing to call it, but that's what we label it. That's what we call it. And it's really not appropriate to call it that, but it's true. The church is people, though. And as we say, and I hate this saying too, hurt people. But there is truth to that, but also the church is people. And
and a lot of the people that we interact with, are, involved or have been involved through the church. But some of these things too, there's aspects of this hurt that people go through that can apply to any part of their lives too.
Yeah.
If it's work or, just personal things, you can take an aspect of it, and in finding out how that applies and using this. And, over the years of dealing with this, we have resources, maybe not a lot, but we know people that might know somebody to help out. And if the ultimate goal is that we help at least one person, that's if it's just ourselves sometimes.
Yeah, it's worth it to tell our story. And if it's good, then it's good. If it's not and we get canceled, we get canceled. Who cares, So here we go.
If we haven't been canceled yet, I think we're good.
So, we got a lot to look forward to. Like you said, we'll still talk sports. Speaking of sports, let's finish on this note and kind of go into it. It wouldn't be an anniversary episode if we didn't talk about some of the things we talk about. We did some predictions in season 1 and did some predicting games.
Yeah.
That was fun. But as we get ready for the next football season, we asked your kids that question. What about you? What's Dallas Cowboys record going to be this year? Okay, let's stop. Let's hold on. Let me rewind. Do the Cowboys make the playoffs?
Yes.
Okay. Who's their quarterback in the playoff game?
Ooh.
Is it Dak Prescott? Yes or no?
For the first quarter.
Okay.
Then he gets hurt.
All right. Well, I'm going with a meme for my team. I know you didn't ask me, but we'll get to the Huskers in just a second. But Denver,
they're going to be good.
They're going to have the best defense since the Baltimore Ravens back in the early 2000s.
They're going to be good this year.
They're going to be stacked. But I saw somebody prognosticate that the Broncos were going to win the division this year. And that's not me as a homer saying that. That was
I've heard that as well.
A professional saying that. Now, I will say this. I just saw their schedule again today. They got a tough start. They could start like 4-4, and people aren't even going to be thinking about them. But then they could go on a tear and take things over. But they did win their first preseason game against the Niners, and the Chiefs lost. So I was glad to see that. So preseason, I know it doesn't matter, but
it doesn't matter because that dude kicked a 70-yard field goal, and it doesn't even matter.
It doesn't even matter.
It doesn't even matter.
So, all right. So about the Huskers, what are the Huskers going to do this year? Your son predicted 10 wins.
10 wins, yes, he did, and my daughter predicted 5.
Yeah.
Which I already apologized for making my comment. I hope she forgives me.
She will.
She will. There is. I'm gonna say 9 wins.
9 wins. Okay.
Does 9 go up?
Yeah. Does 9 wins get them? Are they in? How long are they in contention to play in the Big Ten title game?
Well, I mean,
does it come down to the Iowa game or no?
I can't remember this year with adding. Well, it always comes down to Iowa because your season is a disaster if you lose Iowa.
No, but I'm saying, does the Big Ten title game appearance come down to the Iowa game?
No.
For the Huskers?
It'll be wrapped up before that.
It'll be wrapped up before that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
so you're going 9 wins for the Huskers.
Yeah, I could get with Britton on 10.
Okay.
But I'll go 9 wins. I mean, yeah. And then, yeah, we're going 9 wins. You can only go up. Like, it's been such a bad, I've said, and then every game that you'll ask me, I'll tell you they're going to win every game. That's not going to change. I don't remember if it's how many points we used to score, but so anyways.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. What do you think? What are your thoughts on the Huskers?
Well,
you have no thoughts because you haven't read anything.
I haven't read anything except I've seen a few things from head coach Matt Rule, and then a few things about Dylan Raiola.
Yeah.
But I'll be a homer. I'll be a homer here in August, first week, second week of August. I say they go undefeated and win it all.
Oh, hey, there you go.
So I'm a bigger homer than Justin on this one.
You are. You've been playing a lot of NCAA 26. That's what you've been doing.
We'll go Huskers as the national champ for.
Oh, geez, gosh,
yep.
Man, I wish that was true.
They're gonna beat Texas in the title game.
It's like PTSD deal saying Texas in any type of a title game.
Arch Manning against Raiola in the title game.
And Manning loses against the Huskers. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like in '97 when
Peyton lost and
the Huskers won the title. So
he got his face pushed in a little bit more than it already is. I don't know.
You're talking about the sheriff.
Yeah. I know. It only comes back to because I think Becky's made comments about how Peyton Manning's looked over the years. So, anyways, well, happy 1 year. Thanks for doing this. Bree said 2,800 episodes. Is that what you said?
208. 208. Yeah.
208,000?
No, 208.
Jeez.
208. So
208.
We got a few more to go, but yeah, thanks for jumping on here in the middle of our break. We're going to take a couple more weeks off, and then you'll hear from us again. So, anything else you want to say?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. I don't.
Well,
thank you again, everybody. Thanks for coming along for this silly ride. And we hope that you keep on tuning in. We haven't had any weeks where nobody's listened to our episodes, so that's always good. So,
well, I want to just say this, and then I'll close us a little bit. But thank you, Justin, for what you do to put this together and make it happen. And just your creative outlet is making this continue to run. So thanks for putting it all together. And thanks to your family for letting you do this and spend some extra time here. And we appreciate it. So thanks to all our guests over the first 2 seasons and for taking the time out, whether it was 20-minute interview or 40 minutes or the whole hour or however long it is. Appreciate your involvement, but also appreciate you listening. So thanks for tuning in. We got at least another season coming at you, and Lord willing, when the creeks don't rise, we'll be at you in a couple weeks. So thanks again for listening. Thanks for tuning in. This hasn't been 3 days, where we talk about news, sports, and whatever else we want to talk about. But most importantly, we talk about relationships. The most important relationship we can point you to is that of the relationship you can have with Jesus Christ. So we hope and pray that you accept him as your Lord and Savior and give him your life. He can change it. So keep looking up, keep trusting in him. He's the author and finisher of our faith. So here's to another great episode and a great season. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.